Hello folks, my wife sent me a picture of a planter box the other day, about a week or so before her birthday, and she said, hey, can you make these? So, you know, what's a man gonna do whenever his wife says, hey, can you do this for my birthday? What are you gonna do? So, let me show you how I did it. This is the one that I made, and I made that one too. So anyway, she likes it, and I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is I'm taking a fence picket and I'm basically cutting it in half at 35 inches. Then that's going to leave just a small little part at the top that we're going to discard and use for another project. Then on the table saw, I'm going to be going to 1 3/4 of an inch, 1 3/4 of an inch, and that's going to make about 3 per half, so 6 total for the fence picket. So that'll be 6 35-inch long by 1 3/4 inches. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm adjusting my stop block so I can start various repetitive cuts here. So we're going to be making several that are the same length, and then we're going to be adjusting our stop block and cutting several other pieces at various lengths to end up creating 4 complete sides to the planter box. And I will include the description of in the description of these boards the lengths and widths. Okay, so I'm gluing 2 of the 35-inch pieces together to make a 90, and then I'll be shooting some brad nails in them to help secure them. These will be the legs, and so for each planter there'll be of course 4 legs, so that'll be utilizing 8 pieces. Okay, so this is the fun part. So I actually have to make sure that everything fits the way that I want it to. So I lay the 2 legs down here, and then I go ahead and glue it. And then I'll have to use the correct size at the top, all the way down to correct sizes all the way through to the bottom one. And each one of them are actually different sizes. And of course, I will have the sizes in the description so you can have a cut list for that. And so what it's going to do is it's going to have a slight angle from top to bottom on each side, and it's going to be really cool when it's done. And right here I am shooting all the brad nails in them just to kind of secure it until the glue dries. Of course, this glue is Type Bond, so it will work just fine for this project. Yeah, on this second one, we're going to be doing it exactly the same way. It's very important that we get our angles proportionate just to make sure that everything's going to fit properly. And again, we're shooting more brad nails. And again, this is just going to help secure it until the glue dries. It's going to hold it like a clamp. And then, so it's going to be working pretty well, I believe. Okay, so these planter boxes are going to be tall, so I worry about the wind catching them and blowing them over, so I'm trying to put a weight in the bottom of them to help secure it to the ground to prevent wind from blowing it over. So on each of these, I'm going to be attaching a small piece of wood to act as a shelf holder to secure the brick that I purchased to help ballast it. And then of course I'm going to be putting wood at the top too, and this will help support the planter, the actual insert into the planter whenever we put it together. So then I'm just going to go ahead and start the assembly. As always, I'm going to be putting a lot of glue on this, and then trying to get the angle exactly right to start the assembly process, because it's very important that these are symmetrical, that they look the same on all sides, just to give it the appearance that I actually knew what I was doing. So I'm not sure that that's going to work out, but we're going to try our best. And again, we're putting a lot of nails in it to clamp it down until the glue dries. And then right here, I'm of course putting another top piece in to put the planter insert inside once it's all together. It would be pretty impossible to do this after it was completely assembled. So I install them kind of as we're moving along. Now I'm going to try to gently flip it over, because it's just brad nails and glue that's holding it. And then I'm going to go ahead and start trying to make sure that it's still symmetrical as I glue and brad nail the final side together. And I'm not sure if you can see the small stacks of the pieces together that I'm grabbing from there. So all of those are in order from top to bottom. So I make sure that I don't put the wrong board at the wrong location, because that would make a mess. So it worked out pretty well. Now these bottom ones are a little bit more of a challenge. My nail gun just barely will fit inside of there to be able to shoot the nails in, but it is doable. It is a pain though. And again, we can't forget to put our final piece on the bottom that will support the brick that will help keep it from blowing over in the wind. We live in the mountains of North Carolina, and it'll probably be ferns in this, which will act kind of like a sail. Whenever the wind comes, it really is going to want to knock it over. So I hope that this weight that we're putting in the bottom is going to help it out. So absent the sanding and placing the top on it and getting rid of a few extra brad nails, these are pretty much complete. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm ripping a panel in two. And we're going to be making these things about 17 inches long on the miter saw here, with 45s on both ends. And then we're going to be putting them together. So this is about the easiest and best way that I found to put 45s together. I'll go ahead and glue it, and then I'll use my little device here that will guarantee a 90 on each side, then shoot nails in them to kind of put them together. And I'll try to be gentle with them as I'm going along, because brad nails are not going to hold perfectly, but they'll hold long enough until the glue dries. So here I am, just trying to make sure that all of my corners are tight and together and at a true 45, because whenever this last piece goes in, that's going to be the tail if I've got it all correct. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's looking tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these nails in and try not to shoot my finger again like I did the other day. So the other day I shot through and went all the way through and into my finger, so that was great. But yeah, this frame looks good. And then here what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just place them on top of it, get them straight the way I want them, and go ahead and shoot the nails in them. And then here's the finished product. I hope you enjoyed. God bless you. Thank you for watching.